have got the legend, that is Sir Chris Lambrianou.
Yeah, they've got the helicopters up there.
They know Chris is here, that's why.
That's what it is.
Well, today, coming down here, they've got the whole of London blocked off.
Really?
We had to go through what's the names? Westminster Bridge and everywhere else.
And he didn't even tell him he was coming, that's how.
No.
But they're on him,
I
they
just
know.
wanted to be sure, okay.
Yeah, it's the rackets.
But anyway, yeah, thank God we got Mickey by our side.
So they know your reputation, Chris, that's it. So tell us why you're here today and supporting Brendan.
Well, I came down because I just thought, you know, I've known Dave a long time. And I've always seen Dave. The last time I saw him, Mickey was with me, Mickey Collins, and we went to Lad's Bible, and he was coming down the stairs, and we were about to go up there, and you know, he just comes over, gives you a hug, you know what I mean, with a big smile on his face, and all he wants to do is bring some joy into people's lives. That was Dave.
Yes.
And I saw him, he was larger than life, but for me, when I saw Dave, to be honest with you, I used to tell him, you're the ringmaster, and the circus is all around you, you understand what I'm saying? And he did it. Have a look at Camelot Castle. You know, I mean, if anybody, I'm sure, didn't have a roof to... The kind of the homeless could have gone there, and he would have found somewhere to live. If they went there and said,
they certainly did turn up there at times, Chris, I've got to be honest,
And I never knew him to ever turn anybody away. He always found time for them, always a smile on his face, always cracking jokes, and he was just one-off. And he was like that even when I met him in prison.
Really?
Yeah. And he kind of wanted to be where I was, and I wanted to be where he was, because he had the equity card and everything else. He could have been in any movie or anything else like that, and I really saw a bright future for him.
Yes.
But he turned the other way round. And what he did one day, I was in White City at the BBC, and I'm the kind of guy who starts to sit there quietly and see what's going on. And all of a sudden, I saw a crowd of people around somebody, and didn't say not a lot. So I sat down and read the paper, and I heard this voice shout out, "My bloody hero!" I thought, who's that? And I kind of looked up, and it was Dave. And he was there, you know, that's my bloody hero. And that's what David did with people. He built people up. And that's why a lot of faces, you'll see loads of photographs with David in them. And it's all about, they liked David for who he was. He was a character, he was a force of nature, and he was somebody who'd always leave him with a smile on his face.
And Brendan, what do you want to say to Chris?
Well, it's a privilege to be able to have Chris here today, do you know what I mean? Because to Dave, he really was a hero. You know, he spoke to me loads and loads of times about Chris. Chris and Tony were heroes.
Yeah, well, no, I just...
today, you know, but for what you lived through and how you dealt with it,
15
Dave's
years in jail and all that.
you was top man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you proved it, Chris. You've turned your life around, and you've made use of the life that you've got since you've turned it around.
Yeah.
You know, but Dave had so much admiration for him, and he always said Tony was also, and Chris were very, very funny men. You had a great sense of humour. Do you know what I mean? Really good sense of humour.
There's Dave's sense of humour. We go to I'm told he's in hospital, and Dave told Tony he wanted to see me. So Tony said, come on, he really needs to see you. And I go down there, and Dave wants to talk to me about spiritual stuff. So I started to talk to him. And David had that side to him. And Tony said he don't want to hear about that shit. And Dave said, listen, that's exactly what I do want to hear about. He said, I don't know how I'm alive, I don't know how I'm here. It was when the car turned over
the car
on the motorway.
accident. Yeah.
You understand? That was Dave. Another time, I'm at a Christian men's breakfast and I'm doing a speech. And in comes Dave with 10 heavies. Sits down at the table, totally respectful. And after that, he just come up, shook hands and all that kind of thing. He said, Chris, I understand what you're saying. And he came round, and this woman said to him, I'd like to pray with you. He said, no, there's only one person can pray with me. He said, and that's him there. And he came over and said, Chris, will you pray for me? And I did. Because believe me, when you're in the trenches, there are no heroes. You understand what I mean? Everybody's in there broken-hearted. They're doing time which is in excess. But sometimes you find yourself. And I was fortunate that I did find myself. But I also met people in there like David, who always made you laugh, who always were characters. And God rest his soul, because he deserves it. He put a good act on down here.
He did, yeah.
And I've got a photograph of my son. He's about 16 years of age. He's got David round the neck. David's in hospital, and that was David. You know, people said they're hard man and all that kind of thing. David's a good man.
It's brilliant having Chris here today.
It's unbelievable. I've wanted to speak to Chris for ages, so it's beautiful today that we've managed to get and meet each other, and hopefully we will, Liam, do a proper podcast together.
Yeah,
we
we'd
can
love
come
to,
and see Chris,
yeah.
because he has got such stories about Dave and an insight into Dave that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Because you had a spiritual connection with Dave.
Yeah.
And whatever you said, he really believed.
Yeah. Can I tell you something, Brent? The week before David passed away, he tried to get into contact with me. And I tried to ring him, but for some reason he missed me and I missed him. And I don't know to this day whether he wanted to talk to me about something.
He would have probably wanted to talk to you because he'd made that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what he would have wanted to know, Chris, was just a bit of, advice on making sure he was doing the right thing. But he knew he was doing the right thing.
I would have tried to talk him out of it.
And that's why.
The world needs more of Dave Courtney.
They do, but at that time in his life, Chris, he'd lost 3 stone in weight. The cancer was eating him, and his vanity did not want to let him suffer. He did not want to let himself suffer with the cancer. And he went, I've got too much pride for my children, for my best friends. I don't want them to see me at 7, 8 stone and people having to wipe my arse.
I've never known anybody brave enough to stand up and do a television thing and share that grief, share this goodbye with a smile on his face. I'm going, but it's my choice. I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I want to go, and I want to go in my way. And exactly what he did. And I know I'm going to meet him in another place.
Well, hopefully we'll all meet him, because he's up there on the gate now, isn't he?
And all the lads are there with him.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
No, it's
thank you for
pleasure.
turning
You
up
take
today.
care.
Right, it's a real pleasure and an honour.
There's a lady here today who lost her son to knife crime, and she provides bleed kits to those who need them. Very decent and honest lady, and I want to say hello to you.
Thank you. I just want to say as well, Dave supported me when I lost my son. He messaged me. I met him at Maureen's fundraiser. He gave me so much support, and that's how I joined the circle, what I call the circle. So I'm just proud to be here today, and also with Chris. All he does is support me wherever I go, and Maureen. So they're like family to me.
But you have put a bleed kit in here.
Yes, I did donate a bleed kit in here. They're for gun and knife crime, but it's for any catastrophic bleed. 2 of my bags have saved 2 lives so far. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
Some people have been very kind and gives them a little donation. So if anybody feels like they want to help Sue with the bleed kits, handing out, and you want to hand her £1 or whatever you can afford, that'd be gratefully received. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Chris Lambrianou, ladies and gentlemen, can we round of applause? Thank you.